Hello everyone, welcome back to English class. Today we are going to start one new chapter and the chapter name is Ranga's Marriage. It is written by Masti Venkatesh Iyengar. Before reading this chapter line by line, let me give you a small introduction of this chapter. As the title of this story suggests us that it is all about the marriage of Ranga. So let me tell you at first the important character of this chapter. So Ranga is the hero of this chapter. He was son of an accountant who was sent to Bangalore to get his higher education. Ratna is 11 years old, beautiful orphan girl. She is the heroine of this chapter. Next one is Shyama. Shyama is neighbor of Ranga. And the last important character is Shastri Ji. Shastri Ji was fortune teller. Like, what is fortune teller? Who tells you about your future luck. So Shastri Ji also played very important role in this chapter. All right. So this chapter is, as I told you, is all about the marriage of Ranga. Ranga, who was sent to Bangalore to get higher studies. After coming here, after coming to village, he decided that he will get married, but only when he will find a suitable bride for him. Because he did not believe in the child marriage, he did not believe in arranged marriage. And in this village, it was the tradition to get married at a very early age. So child marriage was very much prevailed in this village from where he belonged to. So, but Ranga was against of it. So when Ranga came back after getting his education from Bangalore, villagers came to greet him, and actually the villagers wanted to know whether Ranga had changed or not. Very soon, the village people realized that Ranga has not changed at all. He is the same boy as he was here in this village. So finally, they just returned back to their house. Later on, you know, Ranga, who did not believe in the arranged marriage, he was given one proposal by Shyama to get married. So, as you know that Ranga was against of this child marriage. So he said he will not marry, he will not get married now because he was in search of a very perfect bride. All right. So he will not get married until and unless he will find the perfect bride for him. But there was Shama who was the neighbor of Ranga. Shamaji decided that I will find a perfect bride for him and he will not lose his heart. He decided that he will find a suitable bride for Ranga because they wanted to they wanted that Ranga should get married here in this village only. So he found Ratna suitable bride for Ranga. But initially Ranga did not did not take any interest talking about any girl. But when he saw Ratna, the beautiful girl, he was attracted towards her beauty and her melodious voice because Ratna was brought to the village from the town and she knew because she had lost her parents. That is why later on she was brought to the village by her uncle. So Ratna was very talented. She knew how to play the veena, harmonium, and she had a very sweet voice also. Moreover, she was very beautiful also. All right. So what happened there? When Ranga saw Ratna, he just fell in love and he lost in the beauty of Ratna. And finally, he became ready to get married with Ratna. In this way, Shyama Syama, whatever wanted to do, Syama finally got success. And in this marriage, Shastri ji also played very important role. Very important role. So finally, they both married like Ratna and Ranga. And after 3 years, they decided to celebrate their son's birthday. All right. And on that auspicious occasion, the couple, that means the Ratna and the Ranga, invited Shyamaji, and just to give honor to Shyamaji, they kept her son named Shyama. In this way, they started living their life there. They started living their married life very happily. So this was all about the small introduction of this chapter. Now let me start this chapter reading line by line. So let's start from the first para. When you see this title, some of you may ask Ranga's marriage. Why not Ranganatha Viva or Ranganath Vijaya? Well, yes, I know. I could have used some other mouth-filling one like Jagannatha Vijaya, Girija Kalyana, but then this is not about Jagannatha's victory or Girija's wedding. It is about our own Ranga's marriage, and hence no fancy title. Hosahalli is our village. You must have heard of it, no? What a pity. But it is not all your fault. There is no mention of it in any geography book. Those sahibs in England writing in English probably do not know that such a place exists and so make no mention of it. Our town people too forget about it. You know how it is. They are like a folk of sheep. That means group of sheep. One sheep walks into a pit, the rest blindly follow it. When both the Sahib in England and our own geographer have not referred to it, you cannot expect the poor cartographer. Cartographer means what? A person who makes a map. To remember to put it on the map. Can you? And so there is no even the shadow of our village on any map. So here the narrator wants to tell you that the narrator has not given a very fashionable title to this chapter. He has kept the title of this story only what the Ranga's marriage. According to the according to the writer, it is only all about the marriage of a simple village boy, and that is why he did not think that any fashionable name should be given to this chapter, and that is why he kept the title of this chapter Ranga's marriage. Hosahalli is our village. You must have heard of it. So it was marriage of Ranga, who belonged to a very small village, and the village name was Hosahalli. All right. But do you know, you must have heard about them. The narrator asked to the reader, you must have heard about this village. The next moment, the narrator or the author of this story realized that no, there is no mention. You must have heard it. No, what a pity, but it is not your fault. So, further, the author realized that readers don't know about this village. They have never ever heard the name of this village. So the narrator tells to the reader that it is not their fault if they don't know the name of this village because it is not mentioned anywhere, even in the geography book. And that is why, moreover, even the British people forget to write about this village. Might be they didn't have knowledge about this place, so they did not mention anywhere. Even people of this village also forget to write about this village. So how can you imagine that a person who make the map, a person who makes the map will be able to show this village in his map? So it is impossible to show this place, this village. Nowhere it is mentioned, neither in the map nor in the book. So how you will come to know about this village? You will not be able to come to know about this village. So it is not your fault. It is fault of our people only. All right. Nobody took interest writing about this village to anywhere. Sorry, I started somewhere and then went off in another direction. If the state of Mysore is Bharatvarsha, what the sweet Kariga Debu? Kariga Debu is what? It is a sweet dish which is filled with the coconut and the sugar. It is a kind of sweet like we have rasgulla, we have tikri, and we have some other thing also. In sweet, we have so many things like the bundi, laddu. Similarly, here in South India, there was a sweet, and sweet was filled with the coconut and sugar, and that sweet was given a name that is Kariga Dabu. All right, so it is the festival meal. Then Hosoholi is Mysore state. What the feeling is to the Kariga Dabu? When I have said it absolutely true, believe me, I will not object to your questioning it, but I will stick to my opinion. I am not the only one who speaks glowingly of Hosohali. We have a doctor in our palace, in our place. His name is Gun Bhatt. He agrees with me. He has begun to quite a few palaces.